Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. You look a little crooked, but it's alright. Nobody is straight here. All people who aren't straight are welcome. Coming to you on the last day of Pride Month. I finally get to wear my Pride shirt for my sister. It's actually not a Pride shirt. It's a Mickey Mouse rainbow shirt. It says Mickey, 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 and it's got rainbows on the sleeve. But of course, I wanted to make it into my Pride shirt. And then I got my cute little headband I got a couple years ago. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. When first we practice to deceive. I am actually just stirring some love and intention into my coffee this morning because I need it. Good morning. So, let's take our meds. If you haven't taken your meds yet, take your meds with me. This morning, we have on the menu, first thing is Jim accidentally put the 2 Senna at nighttime, so we have to fix that. Remove all the other medication. Okay. So today's meds are brought to you by 2 Senna. That's when you know my brain doesn't work. I moved the nighttime meds and I didn't close it before I dumped the daytime meds. Great. Good thing the puppy's not in here. So today we have calcium, a multivitamin. Hold on. They're just too big to hold in my hand. B12. Deluxetine, aka Cymbalta, which not only is for like neuropathy, but it's also really great for depression. And I got on it for depression. Now I'm staying on it for neuropathy. So we've got 2 Senna that help me go potty. We've got a blood pressure medication. We've got our losartan, because I'm allergic to lisinopril. We have the ADHD medication. And lastly, the Aleve. I actually was not taking my my Aleve and my muscle relaxer. It's Mobic, which I think generics from Mobic is it's definitely I know it is. It's Moxicam. It's generic from Mobic, which is a anti-inflammatory for your arthritis. I wasn't taking them because I didn't have big boo-boos, but they were bleeding kind of a lot. I do have one more far away. Let me see if I can get it without getting my face up in your grill. What? I did not. I did. Let's see where though. Oh, goodness. There we go. Yay, I grabbed them all. So I tried being on off all of the NSAIDs. NSAID stands for non-steroid anti-inflammatory drug. Because I'm a diabetic, type 1 or 2, you shouldn't have steroids orally. So you want to have like a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. Tylenol works okay. Usually I just have the Tylenol between a flare-up and I need the Tylenol with codeine, so I'll do Tylenol between if it's really bad, the pain. But I'm trying to just like live with it right now. I take it when I absolutely have to, or like if I'm going to go do something. If I'm going to do something and I'm not driving. But what I do is if I have to drive, I'll take it for bed the night before so that my body feels rested and relaxed and like, like I feel okay. It helps me feel a little less pain when I wake up, so that makes the day a little bit better. So it's just a lot to balance, I don't want to keep taking it. Today's coffee is brought to you by Sugar-Free Twix. I know, it's delicious. Sorry. I know you'd think, Jerry, isn't Twix just chocolate caramel? But it's not. It's got a little bit of a cookie, just a little bit. Okay. Anyhow, I'm trying to manage my life without the excessive use of the narcotic. I am in quite a bit of pain on a regular basis, so I should be taking the narcotic just to get through. But the truth is, I'm able to keep my mobility going. Not jogging around the block yet, but I'm able to Mom started doing PT, so I do like the 10 stand-ups with her at the couch, like we're supposed to do, stand up, sit down, which when I do it on my bed is so much easier than doing it on the couch. Obviously, the lower the chair, the harder the stand up, sit downs could be. But I also base my PT on how my activity level is planned for that day. So I talked about this before. It's not just about spending spoons. It's also about knowing that I'm going to move later. If I'm going to move later, why do I need to move now? Possibly risk pain, possibly risk exhaustion, but also I know that I'm going to move later. The stand up, sit down 10 times is great. Getting in and out of the car is better. That kind of thing. Today we're going to take a friend out to lunch for her birthday. And we're going to go to a restaurant that Jim and I recently discovered in town. Not discovered. We've been wanting to go here for 10 years, and recently we went. And then now we know Mom has to come too. So we're like, yes, we're going there. So she's like, yes, I'm going there. And our friend who's lived here for a few years has never been there. But she's also not been to a lot of places in town, so. Life is changing a lot for us. Our finances. I'm not asking for money. I'm talking about my life changes, please. I don't need anything, thank you. But our finances have taken a bit of a hit. And mostly because, look, I'm not on SSI. I'm not on disability. I'm on SSA. I'm on SSA because I am disabled, but it isn't disability. That's different. Disability, you get paid more. You get paid according to how much you worked and paid into Social Security. I was not eligible for that because the last couple of years as a YouTuber, I didn't pay into Social Security. Because I just wasn't making, basically the business of being a YouTuber didn't make a profit the first few years. The SSA is directly affected by how much money Jim makes every month. My particular calculation is Jim cannot make over $951 a month for me to receive the full benefit. My full benefit is $913. So if he only made $950, we would get like $1880 a month. That's what we would earn. And that's including YouTube. So that changes the amount all the time. His job is part-time, and the hours are never the same, and he doesn't have paid time off much, and he like, we can't predict what the income's going to be. The thing is, SSA is like not 2 months behind, but it's how it seems, because, for example, January's income is calculated for February's payment, which you get in March. So it seems like it's 2 months behind. So if he makes extra money in January, we'll get less money in March, which doesn't really help, because it's not like you're getting the less money the time that you're making more money. But so is life. So it's taking a lot of brain power to budget. And that's all I was saying. I wasn't complaining about the amounts or any of that stuff. It just takes a lot of brain power to budget and plan everything. We did just go on a cruise. We did get money, like, from... we got money from Mom to basically enjoy ourselves. She usually gives us money on our birthdays and anniversaries, and she basically said, this is for your birthdays and anniversary, like, kind of thing. So it was very, very sweet. But that's how we were able to, like, treat ourselves on the cruise. And as far as paying off Jim's cruise, we did that in installments, so we didn't have to, like, save up money for it. We were able to pay it off. So what I was kind of mentioning in the live stream is that, you can contact any of the cruise ships, get the best deal you can, and then you can pay it off for the future. If you can afford $25 a week, if you afford $20 a week, sacrifice your Starbucks or your dry cleaning or whatever it is extra that you do for yourself. I don't get my nails done. I don't get my hair done in a salon. Like, you guys know that about me. So this was easy for us to, to sacrifice, like, luxuries, if that makes any sense. But it was, we did it. We needed to have it paid off by January. So we, like, asked for Christmas money from my family. And I just, like, for Christmas, instead of getting us gift cards, if you could just put money into the vacation fund. And everybody was very happy to do that. $20 here, $20 there really adds up, excuse me. So that's how we were able to do that. The gas money, we actually had a family vacation fund. So we were able to pull out from the family vacation fund. But the future looks bright. The plans for future look bright. And I am excited for, like, the next phases, the next stages. I'm ready. I'm excited. So, yeah. We are in a constant state of growth in our family and in our relationship. We're learning from each other. We're learning from books. We're learning from others. There's been a lot, and I know it's become like, Jeri's vlogs was about her relationship. Then it became about cancer. And now it's going to be about ADHD. But I have to tell you that I am learning so much about why. Why is she like that? Why is she like that? Why are you, why does everybody have to love me? And I don't mean everybody has to love me. I'm not forcing them. But that's, like, my goal in life, is just to make people happy and to have them like me. And I know now that's why. There's something called rejection, RDS, rejection, I can't remember what it is. Sensitivity disorder. Oh, it's RSD. So rejection sensitivity disorder, which basically is like, if somebody doesn't like you anymore, it's like, oh my goodness. And it takes a long time. What's bad about that is that you end up being a doormat a lot, which I'm finding out too. Does it seem to a lot of people out there that I'm not a doormat? Maybe, because my life on YouTube has been very different than my life up to YouTube. But yes, I would call myself a doormat up until forever. I would always be the one that the boss be like, can you come in extra, work up, yeah, of course, no, anything to give, anything to be liked, or I do this thing at meetings, which I didn't even realize that was a thing that I was doing until somebody pointed out to me. But like when a boss is talking at a meeting, I'm just constantly nodding yes. I was doing it always. I thought I was always doing it to know that I was absorbing the information. But apparently it's because I want to be liked and be agreed upon. But anyway, I have extended family, and my father used to say, look, they only call you when they need something. That's sad, but it was true, and I didn't want to believe him at the time. But of course I know now, you know. But it's okay. All of that is okay. I'm still happy. It's still good. I'm still there if they need me, too. That's another thing. I'll be there if you need me. You need me to calligraphy something? You need me to draw something? I used to, my cousins would come over and ask me to, like, write on Christmas ornaments with, like, the fancy gold, gold pen. And sure, I'll do that. You want to make name tags for your shower? Absolutely. I'm the girl. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was when growing up, so. One other aspect, something I haven't talked about in a while, is my eyes. I went for my eye shots the other day, which is kind of a funny story. So the other couple of weeks ago, I had an accident, a toileting accident. Basically, I just lost entire control, which of course worries me whenever the spine doctor is like, if you ever lose control entirely, let me know. And I basically stood up and just, by the time I got off the couch, I just went. And I was standing there with my feet frozen, and I was leaning over onto the dog food. We've got a big heavy-duty container for the dog food. And I was leaning over, and I found a towel, and I put the towel between my feet, but I didn't move my feet the whole time. I could feel the floor under my feet, like no wetness. And I played volleyball, and they taught us how to roll, and they taught us how to fall, and that's why I never really fall. I've never really fallen. A few times. I can tell you on one hand how many times I've fallen down or tripped over something because I wasn't paying attention. That is where my ADHD differs. One of my symptoms differs. I do have random black and blues because I'll walk into counters and stuff and not realize it, but falling down is not. My center of gravity is too heavy. No, I'm just kidding. Falling down is not something that I do normally. So I was leaning on the bucket, and I asked Jim to get me wipes just to help me clean up so I can go, like, basically not drip all the way to the bathroom. So as soon as he started to come around towards the front, and I said, no, it's all wet up here, go from the back. And he said, well, it's wet back here too. I said, how? And he goes, from splashing. And I was like, oh. So I went to move, and I just fell straight on my face. I was scared about my back. I started to cry just because the whole emotional, like, oh, I've just peed on myself, like a child or a really, really old person. And now I'm on my freaking face. My chin hurt. I felt the next day like I was in a car accident, but everything otherwise felt okay. I was able to get up. It took me a few minutes to build my strength. I was able to get up on my knees and stand up on the couch, but it was really shocking. And not just surprise shocking, but I was like, my body was in shock, And I rested, and I realized later, and I was like, oh my God, I never got clean. I'm sitting on this towel on the couch. Jim put a towel on the couch. And I'm sitting here, and I realize later, like, now that I'm calmed down, I was like, I'm soaking in pee. Like, not soaking, but I'm like sitting, like, gross, Anyhow, I got my shower, and I was able, the next day I felt like I was in a car accident. Like, everything hurt from falling, I guess, and just jarring myself. Did hurt my chin, but there was no damage. I went and got checked out, and no damage, thank God. So, so that incident, the next day I was supposed to go to wound care. So I asked Jim to go onto my chart and to cancel the wound care appointment. And then I said I would just call the lady the next day. So he canceled it, and he put, due to recent injury, due to new injury. So the next day, the wound care lady called me, and I said, I'm so sorry. She's like, you didn't show up for your appointment. I was just worried about you. And I was like, I am so sorry. We tried to cancel on the app. Can I come tomorrow or whatever? And she said, yeah. So we made another appointment, and it's fine. It wasn't tomorrow. It was actually the following week. Then the following week from that, so like the 15th, we have an eye doctor appointment. I get all the way up to Lebanon. I'm about 5 minutes away, and I call them just to tell them that I'm on my way, because I thought the appointment was at 11. I thought I was making great time. But then my assistant, oh my God, Jim helped me look on the calendar and say that it looked like the appointment was at 10:30. So I called, and they're like, we don't have you on this schedule for today. I was like, what? Why not? And she's like, hold on a second. She looked and she looked, and she's like, oh, it looks like you canceled it because of a new injury. Great. So here I am, and Lebanon from where I get my eye shots is about an hour away. So we were driven an hour back and forth for no reason, basically. Which, of course, not your budget, because it sucks up your gas, so you're not planning on it. But now I gotta make a second trip out there this month. No, I'm just kidding. So, what basically Jimmy did was accidentally canceled the wrong appointment. Not wound care. He canceled eye shots. So, yay. So the point of me telling you all that is to tell you that I was going every 7 weeks, because I was on this really great eye shot medication called Aaliyah. And what the other one is called Avastin. And the Avastin is, I think that's what I'm saying it right, Avastin. Avastin was the one I was taking for a long time, and I have to take that every 6 weeks, because it doesn't do as well. So I one time got to try this Aaliyah. Oh my God, it was amazing. Worked fantastic. The next, when I went back in 8 weeks or 7 weeks or whatever, he was like, no changes. We're going to give you the shot again, but oh my gosh, it looks amazing. And the insurance wouldn't pay for it anymore. So now I get the shitty eye shots that don't work as well, and I have to go back every 6 weeks. That was my point of telling you that. But because it had been 8 weeks, because I fell and couldn't get another appointment, my vision, like the last week, was started to like really be affected, and I can tell everything's blurrier. Now my blood sugar has been really good, because I started this new diabetes medication, and my blood sugar's been on point. However, one possible side effect of the ADHD medication is high blood pressure, and I already take a high blood pressure medication. So my blood pressure is leaning a little bit towards the high side every day, which of course is not good for your vision. Actually, I talked to the eye doctor about it the other day, and I said, would high blood pressure affect the diabetic retinopathy? I said, would it affect your vision? And he goes, well, we're really focused on the diabetic retinopathy. And I said, I understand, but would the high blood pressure affect the diabetic retinopathy? And he basically said, yeah, because it constrict the blood vessels and keep the flow, keep them blood. And I'm like, I basically said to Jim, if we can have a little less stress. Now, I don't eat salty foods, particularly. I think the biggest craving I have for salt, all of the salty foods that I crave once a month or whatever, I can't really eat because of my mouth. Like, I can't have cheese doodles, and I can't have pretzels. Like, those are the things that I really enjoy salty-wise. Popcorn and popcorn puffs. The roof of my mouth is super sensitive. Not more than before. But I think it's in like the healing process, so like any little thing could tear the roof off. Basically, eating anything that could be harsh sometimes is like when you have like bite into a hot piece of pizza and the cheese burns the roof of your mouth. You know how like it sometimes can just peel a layer. That's really what's happening. So, I want, I said to Jim, I'm like, that's why peanut butter comes in handy. It gives me just enough salt that I want to get the salty craving. It's also sort of sweet, so it's got like sweet craving too, and it's very smooth. The problem is I want to make sure I keep eating it like a snack with like a tablespoon at a time, than to sit there and eat it like a meal, because it also is it's not that it's expensive, but it's got calories, and I could really overdo it easy. But my appetite is really hit or miss. I'm not going to lie. I have lost quite a bit of, well, not quite a bit. I've lost a lot of weight since my cruise. I lost the cruise weight plus weight before, more weight than before I went on the cruise. And you can imagine on the cruise I ate quite nicely. But I also ate very balanced, high protein really mostly. It's hard to get vegetables on the cruise that isn't a salad. I'm not going to lie. And then I finally, like, after day 3, I finally, you can just order a side of broccoli. Heck yeah, give me the asparagus, give me broccoli. My sister's like, if it's on the menu, they can make it for you. I'm like, got broccoli, asparagus, give me all the vegetables, you know? So, there is a lot of things that we're working on as a family. We're trying to make positive changes. We're trying to continue the purge, continue the just the generosity of donating and helping out where we can. And these days, since money is a little bit on the tighter side, most of my generosity comes from rides. Like, I can give you a ride to the grocery store. I could sit in the car, just like I had done before when money was tight, you know. Because the town is like, you know, everything's 10 minutes away. Excuse me. Hi. Checking to see if I'm almost done.
That and just got done speaking to the people from...
Hold on one second. Sorry about that. He needed to talk to me about something he told the doctor, so forgive me. I didn't know it was personal. I thought he was just like, oh, I called, you know, the restaurant and they're ready for us to take, you know, whatever. I don't know. Anyhow, talking about the eye doctor. We're talking about, like the things are very positive. The family is very positive. We're trying to really do things that are like extra. One of the ways I was able to put money into my trip was I had saved up money to ship certain things to my family, like at Christmas and da-da-da-da. And I was able to put that money towards gas because I was driving all that stuff there. Oh, bonus. You know, if you guys thinking about it, how much money do you spend sending stuff to your family throughout the year? You know, maybe just take it with you. I do want to make a longer trip. I also want to go to Texas, which I miss all the babies. I'm trying to make a plan. My nephew is expecting in August, and in New York, and Nova's first birthday's in September in Texas. And I'm like, can we do another one of these road trips where we go all over the country? God, that'd be so great. I don't think my back would handle it just yet, but oh, that'd be so great. But anyhow, it's just been a lot. There's been a lot of irons in the fire. There's a lot of balls in the air, balancing all the plates on sticks, and you name it, we're juggling it, and we're getting it done. We're making plans. We're kicking butt. We're taking names. All the things. I do want to tell you that my crafting room is the next on the list to tackle. So my arthritis is super bad these days, and I know it's because I can't have all the medication because of my back. So I have to start doing things. Now my dexterity is not as good as it used to be. So as far as art's concerned, do I want to write or draw or whatever? I'm not 100% sure. Can you excuse me one second? Sorry, that's a totally different camera angle because I actually had to like answer. Sorry. I'm starting to lose my flowers. Anyhow, things are just gonna start. You'll have to deal with the messy hair right now because they're sliding off. Things are just starting to really go really well for us, and I'm really excited about it. And I wanted to be able to remind you guys that we're going to take you along. I want to craft, and I told Mom that I can do wreaths. I know I can do different things. I can paint large surfaces. I just can't do the fine minutia, the fine detail painting. That's the part I'm having a lot of trouble with, the little paintbrushes, writing with a pen and those types of things. So I've been following so many people who do art that doesn't take a ton of skill, and I can't wait to share projects with you guys. So if you're found me from crafting and you're interested in whether I'm going to be crafting again, just stick around. I love you, and we'll catch you next time. So if nobody's told you they loved, come by and hear how much I love you, because I love you guys very much. And as always, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, everybody. I'm coming to you from editing, Jerry. I was editing this vlog, and I had to go to the bathroom. And when I went to the bathroom, by the time I got to the bathroom, I had there's a clinical term for it. Toss my cookies. It's the clinical term, though. And I just, if you can tell in the video this morning, how great I felt, you know, and it's like, I guess it's the perfect, I don't know, it's the perfect way to describe this crappy disease, or many people's chronic illnesses to begin with. It's just like, you never know, you know, moment to moment. I had a great morning. I was sitting outside, the family. We ate brunch. We did a little organizing. And we were chatting, and all of a sudden, I had to go to the bathroom, and that was it. I have a little Gatorade Zero, but it actually is hurting my mouth. I think it's because of the salt and minerals, but just, you know, my bedroom is next to the bathroom, so I just came in here and laid down for a few hours. Starting to feel better now, but it's kind of like bedtime already, so what do I do, you know? Do I go outside for half an hour or whatever, or just because I'm feeling less nauseated, you know? But I just wanted to jump on here just to tell you that, like, this is my life now. It's, people are saying to take day by day or week by week, and I'm like, yeah, I take it moment by moment, because you really don't know what the next moment is going to bring. So, love you.